Well, let's see. So the first thing that we found is that in fact the the blinding and the control for expectation worked. Uh, uh, that the guides really did not know, did not understand the simple nature of the design, that it was a crossover study. They thought that a range of doses of psilocybin had been administered. They thought it quite likely that other drugs such as caffeine and diphenhydramine had been administered. And in fact, our primary guide said explicitly that it was his belief that that Ritalin had not been administered, and that was the one control drug that we had. You know, the most interesting finding was that indeed volunteers had experiences that looked to map on to classically occurring mystical experiences, fulfilling, you know, all the primary criteria for these kinds of experiences. And these experiences were really compellingly described by the volunteers. So for me, it was really quite remarkable, the nature of the experiences, and hearing the volunteers at the end of the session start to put into words their experiences. And so very often when I would engage them in conversation after they had completed their forms and say, well, you know, how was your day? And very commonly, the first thing people would say is, you know, I can't possibly put this into words, you know, and that's criteria one for a primary mystical experience. A sense of unity, a sense of interconnectedness of all things, a sense of blending with all things, or a sense of the void, a sense of nothingness or complete fullness. A sense of sacredness permeated these experiences. So very often people would talk of the experience that had sacred elements, or it was deeply reverential. A transcendence of time and space. So time and space collapse during these experiences, and everything moves into the present moment. There's a remarkable sense of a reality of these experiences, that these experiences feel more real to volunteers than everyday waking consciousness. So there's a conviction of the truth value of the experience that's really compelling to the volunteers. So whatever it is was experienced has deep personal meaning to them, and it informs their life going forward. And that's really quite a remarkable feature of the experience, and maybe I can come back to that. There's a sense of positive mood, so very often love and joy are hallmark features of the experience. A sense of paradoxicality, that seeming opposites are true, so that there's a complete absence of everything, and yet everything's entirely full at the same time. You know, life and death become reconcilable in a way that previously didn't make so much sense. So I think those are the central features.